Guys, please do not get mad at me. Please do not get mad at me. I'm just keeping it real, okay? Hear me out. Southern Fried Rice. They released a statement. They said, you guys are anti-intellectuals because you guys don't understand representation. You guys don't understand that representation is not just black and white. There's gray in between. And I'm not saying, okay, like, I'm not trying to be rude, but you guys, like, how many of you guys know of an Asian person who got adopted into a black family and went to an HBCU? Raise your hand. Not me.
All right, Keke Palmer, please step to the front. Because, babes, it's giving humiliation ritual. It's giving, you did this knowing that it would create controversy so that it could bring more attention to your network. And respectfully, I don't respect it. Because just like there are so many other writers' rooms, creatives, producers, directors, there's so many people in these rooms that can tell you that this isn't. There's so many people. So I'm not going to get into Southern Fried Rice and talking about the actual show. If any of you don't know, just a quick brief. The show centers around a Korean American girl raised from birth by Southern black parents who struggles to defend and redefine her identity after being accepted into a popular HBCU. If you're truly interested, be my guest, go watch it. However, this conversation is specifically about people in power who have the money, the access, the decision-making power to create Black-centered content. However, still seem to push anti-Black or diluted content, with outside agendas funneled into it. It could be any genre. It doesn't have to particularly be about, the entire story. It could be the character in the story, the Black character in the story, whether or not they're a baby mama or a criminal or, living some sort of ghetto reality or has some form of trauma or, whatever. If Blackness isn't being exploited or filtered through a political or social agenda, it rarely gets funding or attention. Period. And what we need to say out loud is there is no genuine interest by anybody, the balls on anybody, to produce upstanding, creative, and inspirational Black stories. It could be fictional, it could be real, but most of the time it's centered around the stereotypes and the character tropes, the exploitation, the agendas. It's very obvious. And now that somebody is saying, okay, enough, we've had enough, what are you guys, the people in positions of power, going to do about it? When can we focus on our own narratives, creativity, and humanity? Okay, when? And I'm not talking about Tubi, indie movies or classics from 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago. I'm talking about modern cinematography. Where are the films showing multi-dimensional, whole, and imaginative Black characters without stereotypes or tropes? That is the conversation. That is it. That is all. Keke Palmer, the whole being able to give people a chance and letting people tell their stories their own way, and Black creatives being open to, look, at a certain point, it just gets to be what it is. Gaslighting, manipulation. It's real difficult to not see what's going on and not say anything. Personally, for me, it's getting real weird out here. It's getting real, okay, y'all are doing what y'all have to do to maintain your money, your status, your position. And y'all could give a fuck about really coming out here with some real shit. I'm not talking about, psychological thrillers either. Jordan Peele and all that stuff that, at the end of the day, if I'm not trying to sit here and watch no criminal, no ghetto baby mama, no dumb shit like that, I'm also not trying to watch stuff that gives me anxiety or fear. It keeps your mind stuck in the emotionally triggered. At the end of the day, I can't help but notice too that there are other cultures whether it's white, Asian, Indian, have their own cinematic autonomy. We don't. So when I'm saying we have to be very careful, even in particular to Southern Fried Rice, these kind of films that are meant to stir up controversy, that are made to make us feel small, that are made to make us feel not seen, because I just don't understand what Keke Palmer thought this was going to do other than exactly what it's done, which is, send her a bunch of backlash. But we have to turn the shit off and then go directly to the source and say, hey, why are you selling out consistently? That's it. I have nothing more to add to this conversation other than I am waiting for the Tyler Perrys of the world, the Issa Raes. Can we please create some content that does not include anybody's particular agenda? And a lot of these people that I'm naming, I fuck with their work. It's not that we can't have balance. It's just that this is all we get, period. We've been restricted by a system that profits off of our pain or not being seen as whole. And if I could be completely real, there is a psychological impact to all of this. That is why we have to hold people accountable. So when we go out into the world and we see people so freely being able to, play into the stereotypes or make jokes or, all of these things that we're seeing so boldly even now, it's because when they turn on the screen and we're not being seen as human, truly, we're being seen through the lens of agendas and stereotypes and all that shit, it affects public perception. And it also affects self-perception, depending on where you are in your own life, your own state of being. If you are not a mentally, emotionally, spiritually balanced individual, and you consume content that makes you feel bad about yourself or your situation, or, even validates your situation that isn't particularly good, how does that help you grow? We have too much brilliance and talent and potential as a community, as Black people, to keep being seen the way that we are. We deserve complexity. We deserve elegance. We deserve romance. We deserve intellectual, capacity. We deserve power, position, royalty, all of it. We can't compromise. And I'm also not going to sit here and be okay with being gaslit, talking about, oh, well, we got to give people an opportunity to tell their stories and every story deserves a chance. No, the fuck it doesn't, actually. So again, Keke, an Asian girl at an HBCU, before honoring the depth of our own stories? Why is everybody else always the priority? Why is agenda pushing always the priority? Respectfully, I'm asking, and I want an answer, because I know y'all see it. We all know y'all see it. And if you see it and you just can't speak on it, then fine, don't speak at all. If you enjoyed the conversation or just where I went with this, make sure to give this video a like, a comment, and also if you're not subscribed to the channel, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thank y'all for rocking with me, and until the next episode, peace and love.